another treat for you. We have a group, and they're going to introduce themselves, and they are out here as competitors in Wendover, Utah, Bonneville, for the land speed record attempts. And James, would you like to start?
Yeah. James Reeser, we run with Pop's Pride Racing.
I'm Andy Reeser, also with Pop's Pride Racing.
And I'm Jim Reeser, and I'm Pop.
Oh, so you're the Pop of Pop's Pride, okay. And how long have you been racing, Pop?
My first experience out here was in 1960. I watched Mickey Thompson go 406 mile an hour.
Oh.
And so he was the first racer that went over 400 mile an hour. And my father he came to these races in the 30s when the FIA was doing all of the land speed stuff, and he got hooked, and he drove a truck to Elko from Salt Lake City twice a week, and when the speed limit was on, he parked the truck in Wendover, and they hitch a ride out here and watch it for his 2-hour label. So I come by fairly honest. As far as participation out here, that started about a month ago with a testing tube from the Utah Salt Class Association.
And James, what are you guys running for the benefit of our listeners so that they can get an idea? What kind of vehicle?
Oh, it's a 1980 Camaro that we've had to do slight body modifications to. We just had to put a wing on it, put roof rails and an air dam on it. Got a 489-inch big block Chevy running naturally aspirated. Got a 4-speed manual transmission in it. This is our learning the car motor. This is our learning how to drive the salt power plant.
Okay.
It's a really strong unit, and my dad went out 209 miles an hour in it today. But this year, for us more than anything, is about getting our licenses done, getting seat time done, and being able to feel like we can confidently control the car that we built.
Terrific. And it turns out that your car has ended up in some special location. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah. We are actually the first rookie team in the decades-long history of the SCTA to ever be chosen for the Speed Week poster. All the stars aligned between everything that we've been posting and some friends that we have looking out for us. By the grace of God, we were chosen for it, and we could not be more thankful and proud to represent this great community out here.
And your participation comes from?
Basically, kind of helping design the car, built the engine, figured out what we needed to do for the engine to build. Have just enough horsepower to get her over 200, which is everything I ever hoped for. I kind of make sure everything's where it needs to be, and make sure that he's safe when he's running, and making sure that he's got a hand in things still, and he feels like he's valued and participates, and it's just awesome to be able to do this with my dad and my kid.
Yeah, I think you're the first what we call generational group that we've been able to talk to. And, I've noticed that in the dirt car world, and he's noticed that in some of the NASCAR world, that, father drives, kid's stuck at the track, he starts wiping down the car, next thing you know, he's cleaning a toolbox, next thing you know, he's cutting up a piece of metal, he's still being watched, and the next thing you know, he's driving and he's doing the same thing to his kid. And it's excellent. It's just the greatest thing. It's hands-on, and it's something you can pass down and you'll remember for the rest of your life, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you got stories about Pop?
Probably the look on his face because the car came from Southern California, and we're a Utah-based team. When we actually went to go pick up, I call her Nightmare. When we went to go pick her up from Southern California, it was just me and Pops that were able to go down and do it. The look on his face when we got home and he actually got to see her with his own eyes for the first time is something I'll never forget. And even more pulling onto that, the look on his face when we lined up at Testing Tune 3 weeks ago for the first time ever, and the car rocketed to 146 and she was perfectly happy. It was such a sigh of relief to know that everything we've been doing and everything we fought for 18 months worked out exactly the way we hoped it would.
Yeah, so we talk about fuel-injected Zen, and I don't know if any of you experience it in a way that you can let our listeners know about it, but there's obviously another reason to get in the car other than I need something to do, or a job that I'm told to do, or the trophy that I want to pick up at the time that I want to get. There's got to be a feeling that you're carrying in that car when you're driving it. Can you talk about that, or the feeling that you carry away after you're packing up and driving away? I mean, how long does that high get to last that you made this happen?
Well, I made my 200 mile an hour pass 4 hours ago, and I still feel like I'm walking on air. So it's everything. I mean, we're racers. You know, like Dad said, he's been coming out here for close to 64, 65 years. I've been coming out here for almost 40. My son, he's been coming out here for almost 20. He's 22 years old. He's been out here since he was 4 years old. It's what we do. It's what we do together.
And Pop Sprite is based out of where?
Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake City. So you're pretty close.
Yes.
But obviously you had your fabrication work done somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
The car was made in Southern California back in the early 2000s.
Oh, okay.
And one has gotten older and passed. One of them did. And brother wanted to get out. So we had the opportunity to buy a rolling chassis for an amount of money that we could afford, and brought it home. And my son was absolutely into it. He invented it.
Right. So.
Off the trailer. I mean, it was. And the reason we're out here is because of the people. They both were raised around these people. They're our family.
Yeah.
We came out here, you know, even though we weren't racing for a long time, everybody knows us. Everybody is cordial with us. Everybody feels like they know us. We're the family out here. We're part of the family. We help out anybody that needs it. And now it's the fruition is that all the way here is here. We got nothing but accolades from our family. It was stunning.
That's awesome. That is really good.
Everybody likes to be rubbed a little bit.
Yeah.
This is the fruition of a dream for me. I made a promise 4 or 5 years ago that if I bought him a car, he had to promise me he'd race it. He promised me he did. They did.
It took us 18 months to do it, and at times it looked like it was a little bit more than we could chew, but that 18 months of determination, like, we will do this, we can do this, we can do this, it worked out.
The accumulation of a dream.
Yes.
And to kind of carry on with what he's saying, it has been more than the three of us that has done everything with this car. You know, we picked up some really great sponsors.
You can talk about them, by the way, please.
Things. We have JTS Construction and Management out of Salt Lake City, Utah. Jeff Sandberg. Jeff, we'd still be sitting here. He really stepped up. And he's taken, made sure that we have what we need. Make sure that we have the equipment to get out here and do what we do safely. That, we can travel down the highway and not have any problems. He's here to help whatever we need while we're running. Just can't thank him enough for everything he's done.
Painted by DNR
Guy
and the
in
second
Amy
gen
Uri.
and the second chance racing team.
Guy named Yuri did something that they certainly didn't have to do. Guy spent 4 months straightening that car out, reshooting it in the same color red, and it's a stunner. It's just absolutely a showstopper.
It's right up there on the wall behind you. It was so pretty that I told him I'm going to steal his picture.
He's won 4 car shows. He won the Autorama in Salt Lake City for his class.
Yeah, because we were rained out for 2 years, we didn't have anything to do, and we started putting the car in car shows. So
Why not?
get it out there.
Why not?
And it's been
We put it in 5 car shows, and we've won 3 of them.
Nice. I like it. And if people want to follow Pop's Pride Racing, how do they get a hold of you? Are you on the web somewhere?
On Facebook as either James or Andrew Reeser, or we do have a separate Pop's Pride Racing page.
Okay, cool. That is excellent. Guys, I appreciate this so much. I
Thank you very
can tell
much for
you.
the opportunity.
And
Thank you for
my
having us.
wife's gonna try and snake you before you leave because she's already got one signature on her poster. So if you were to put your signatures by your car on that poster, she'd love it to death.
Yeah, we can do that.
We're gonna ask you to do that and ask you to just continue to have fun, and we hope everything goes well for you. We're gonna follow you, and hopefully we get you up here next year. We'll see you then.
we hope to
Get you in the
hope to
tent.
do you proud. So thank you
Oh,
for
you're
having
doing
me
me
here.
great. Thank you very much.
Reaching, people touching.